Brisbane City, corporate travel management, one of our major sponsors, and Capcorp, George Bank, Volvo Cars, and all those others that you can see mentioned on the other side of the stadium. We thank them very much for their support. Tonight's game is FFA Cup game, round 9, Brisbane City Lions. Teams for the night: Lions, number 2, Andrew Thompson, number 5, Tommy Gerard, captain, number 8, Ethan Doherty, number 10, Joseph Duckworth, number 13, James Paddy, number 14, Maximilian McCullough, number 15, Noah McGrath, number 16, Jake Minnett, number 19, King McGregor, number 23, King Bearcoast, number 90 was Luke Boylan. Substitutes: number 3, Edgar Lavender, number 6, Cooper Nichols, number 9, Zach Motley, number 17, Brandon Bullen, number 18, Jordan Farina, number 1, Ryan Murphy. Coach: Darren Simon, manager Rob Skinnerman, assistant coach Ross Hines.
We've already mentioned him. He'll be at the back in a 5-4-3-man defence. Lions line up with a few changes themselves after suffering a fifth.
Number 2, Matthew Smith. Number 4, Daniel Bowles, captain. Number 6, Scott Halliday. Number 8, Todd Peckner. Number 10, Samuel Figueroa. Number 11, Brandon Reeves.
Good evening and welcome to Corporate Travel Management Stadium for this massive FFA Cup 7th qualification round tie between Brisbane City and reigning National Premier League's Queensland champions Lions. It is a huge clash for Brisbane Classico, and the only Brisbane Classico of the season. And Brisbane City look to stun their opponents tonight. Football Queensland Premier League side, who are currently unbeaten through 11 games with 11 wins. Lions in 7th spot in the National Premier League's Queensland. I'm Simon Smell. I'll be taking you through all the action today. So we might have had some sound difficulties before, but we're all ready now. Brisbane City will line up with Juro Dragesevic in goal. In front of him will be Matt Smith, Daniel Bowles and Tyson Martin. Matt Smith in number 2, the captain, Daniel Bowles in number 4 and 25 for Tyson Martin. He comes in to replace Matt Jones, who has a slight injury. Scott Halliday will wear the number 6 shirt, Kai Fechner in number 8. Number 10 will be Sam Sibatuara, number 11, Brandon Reeves, number 15, Kai Bolton, number 18, Koji Kato, number 19, Yuta Hirayama, as City get things underway, and it's that man, Tyson Martin, who gets an early touch, linking up with Kai Bolton. City in the blue shirts, kicking from left to right. Lions, of course, in their traditional orange. Just bursting through goes Brandon Reeves, who already has a couple of goals in the FFA Cup this year. Scored the extra time winner and the first equaliser against South West Queensland Thunder in a dramatic round 6 qualification clash. Finished 3-2 after extra time in favour of Brisbane City. When you quickly through the Lions line up, number 90 will be Luke Barrier, number 2 Andy Thompson, number 5 Tommy Jarrad, number 18 Ethan Doherty, number 10 Joe Duckworth, number 13 James Batty, number 14 Max Mickler, a former City junior. As Barrier is a little bit slack clearing the ball there. We'll continue. 15 Noah McGrath, number 16 Jake Minnett, number 19 John Carlos Solozano, another former Brisbane City player, and number 23 Finn Beakhurst. Lions coming off the back of 2 wins. Sibatuara looks to turn the corner, puts a cross in. It's not an early goal for Brisbane City. It flashed across the face, and for all money it looked like that ball was going in the back of the net, but Brandon Reeves just couldn't quite get his angles right at the near post. Lovely ball from Sam Sibatuara on the left. Sibatuara, one of the only players in this lineup who has actually got a goal against Lions in their careers. Scored a winner back in 2018, a 1-0 reverse at Lions Stadium. Well in there from Koji Kato. The decision actually goes against Kato. Referee Izzy Crespo, who will be assisted on the lines by Oleg Gabuz and Hamish Cannon. The ball came off Kai Bolton, a player who's in sensational form. 9 goals in his 11 games in the Football Queensland Premier League this season. Scored 3 in his last 2. Scored twice against Wolves last week. A 3-1 win that's given City a phenomenal run of 15 games unbeaten, including cup games and the 3-3 draw at the end of the 2020 NPL season. That actually beats a record during the NPL era for City, as Kato gets the ball away. Hirayama can't clear it, and here comes Andy Thompson. Thompson goes wide to Solozano. Solozano shadowed by former Brisbane Roar teammate Matt Smith. It's 2-1. A couple of premierships and championships with the Roar. It's an early corner for Lions. In front of a pretty well-stocked balcony, pretty well-stocked stands as well. Chilly night in Newmarket. The action no doubt will warm us up though. The corner is swept in. It's aimed towards Ethan Doherty. It's heavily backed in as well and then missed by Solozano. And Matt Smith is just having a conversation with the referee about something. He's remonstrating, Matt Smith. Play is allowed to continue as Bowles gets it upfield towards Reeves. Reeves is beaten to that by Tommy Jarrett, the 22-year-old rock at the back for Lions. Kato over the top for Hirayama. Lions clear, will go over back to Dragicevic. Yeah, 15 games unbeaten at the moment. They did go 13 games unbeaten in 2013. Kai Bolton has some space ahead of him. Reeves and Hirayama in the middle. Bolton cutting back inside. Sibatuara is arriving late at the back of the edge of the penalty area. Sibatuara, cross comes in. He'll have another go, Sibatuara, on a cute angle, and it's over everyone's head and behind for a goal kick. Good early signs from Brisbane City. Moving the ball around nicely, and if Kai Bolton gets too much space, as he was afforded then, it could be bad news for Lions. It's a defence without Matthias Simic, who's unavailable tonight. Nathan Shepherd is injured too. There's a fair few players out for Lions, in fact. Scott Holliday trying to thread the needle. Hirayama linking up with Kato. Now Sibatuara offside. Flag goes up. The Lions without Alex Fekner, former City man, and late Nathan Shepherd, as I just mentioned. Alex Yanovsky and Jacob Sovereign are both cup-tied, having played for Moreton Bay United and Logan respectively. Fraser Hills for City, he's also missing due to being cup-tied after he started the competition with Surfers Paradise Apollo. And Matt Smith is continuing his conversation with Izzy Crespo. Some backline to have in the Football Queensland Premier League for Brisbane City. The throw comes in and the angles are all wrong. A little bit of wind from right to left as you see things, but probably not enough to account for that degree of error in the throw. Jacob Minette stopping, thwarting the progress of Kai Bolton. Great to see a big crowd here at Corporate Travel Management Stadium. Kai Bolton will take the throw in the end. Tommy Jarrett making no mistake with the clearance. Bowles, clever out to Bolton. Bolton gets a little bit fortunate, but he won't need a second invitation to go forward. Possibly got a little nudge in the back from Noah McGrath. The referee says there was no foul. And Bolton will, in fact, get a chance to take the throw in anyway. Good throw from Bolton. Hirayama tried to link up with Kato. It was Brandon Reeves in the end. Kai Fechner. Halliday. Doesn't get his angles right, and that's a rarity. That's Max Mikula, who was fouled over on the far side, a player who spent plenty of time at Brisbane City before moving to Wolves last year, where he had a hugely successful season in the FQPL, 12 goals in 18 games for the now 21-year-old. There's 9 in 12 for Lions in the NPL this year. It's an awkward one. Dragesevic comes out and claims very competently. Just off the head of Finn Beakhurst. Sivatuara almost caught Dan Bowles in a slight hustle there, and here's an opportunity for Hirayama. Berean is always looking to race out of his area like that. Had to be alert, did the keeper and his ubiquitous beanie. The Lions have managed to turn that defensive operation into attack. So they try and assess an opening. Minette tries to go around the corner, and Kai Bolton does well. Incredibly youthful bench for Brisbane City tonight. Jonathan Caspinello. Ball's thrown forward towards Hirayama. Back to Bolton. And Bolton was taken by Noah McGrath, who certainly has been a shadow for his fellow number 15 tonight in these early stages. Just 10 minutes gone. And Lions will look to break over on the far side through Mikula. Mikula goes around Bolton quite nicely. Apologies, it was Halliday. And now there's space on this near side for Joe Duckworth. Duckworth has an option inside. It's Beakhurst. And Beakhurst still has possession. There's no options for him. How has Beakhurst got out of that one? That's brilliant from Finn Beakhurst. Absolutely sensational. The 22-year-old should have been tackled 2, 3, maybe 4 times by the Mass City defenders. But he still managed to find space, and he still managed to hook the ball past Juro Dragesevic, and Lions have an early lead. Tackles flew in. Finn Beakhurst just ignored all of them and smashed that one out of the park.
Go for Lions. Lions 1, Brisbane City 0.
And Lions, who haven't been in the best of form, they might have won their last 2 league matches, but that was coming off the back of 5 matches without a win, including 3 draws, all of which were actually 3-all, which is an interesting quirk. Certainly settled the nerves in front of the big crowd here at Corporate Travel Management Stadium, though plenty of those supporters are wearing orange. And now an opportunity again as Solozano just ghosts in. Beakhurst can't pick up, but then Martin's clearance is not effective. Lions keep possession all the way back to Berean. Jared's ball forward, picked up by Halliday. Halliday runs out of space, still gets the ball through to Kai Bolton, and Tommy Jared had to go back to Luke Berean, who just gets rid of the ball. Motioning to his players to get slightly further forward. Kai Bolton's trying to steal a few extra yards. Definitely went out closer to halfway than that. He's forced back by Izzy Crespo, the referee. Good throw from Bolton over into space for Matt Smith. Sibatuara, who broke his goal drought this season a couple of weeks ago against Sunshine Coast. 6-2 win for City, remarkable only for the fact that City conceded 2 goals. That hasn't happened too often in the league. They've only conceded 5. Here's an opportunity for Hirayama, and then it's poked behind. It'll be a throw-in over on that far side. Great inventiveness from Yuta Hirayama. He's only failed to score in 3 games so far this season of the 14 that he's played. Came against Holland Park Hawks, Rochdale and South West Queensland Thunder in the Cup game. Other than that, it's been 11 from 11 in the league. And he's almost in here. Took good defending. The ball has stayed in remarkably. Maybe that wind's slightly stronger than we thought. So Lozano can't capitalise. Dan Bowles nipping in and winning possession, and now the ball's at the feet of Matt Smith, who uses bowls. Now Martin goes on a little run inside, almost got caught out though, but the ball ends up back at Matt Smith, which might have been the sensible option in the first place. Smith wants his wing-backs to come back and help out. Kai Bolton does do that, hooks it forward, but the pressure's going to still stay on from Lions, if not for a fantastic tackle from Brandon Reeves. Lions pressing City forward, pressing City back, sorry. Pressing forward in doing so, but Kai Bolton has a bit of space now, pokes it through to Kai Fechner, and that ball's up onto the roof from Ethan Doherty. No nonsense from the 24-year-old, but a quick throw from City. It's Kai Bolton again, aiming towards Hirayama. Great control from Martin. Bolton can't go around the corner, Minette does well. We mentioned the back 3 being of high quality. Matt Smith has 124 A-League appearances under his belt. A 3-time A-League Grand Final winner, 2-time Premiership winner. Daniel Bowles, he played 114 games of the A-League as well. And Tyson Martin is a National Youth League winner with the Roar from the 2018-19 season. So there's some experience in that back 3. It's almost ignoring the fact that Matt Jones is not taking part tonight. Matt Smith said last week that he was expecting one of his back 4 not to play, and having spoken to Daniel Bowles earlier in the season, he had to have chained him somewhere to stop him from running out onto the field. He's relishing life in the Azuri blue of Brisbane City. Clever from Duckworth. It was easy for Dragicevic in the end. Smith under pressure from Dragicevic's rollout. Finds Sibatuara. Kato runs into a spot of bother himself and will have to go all the way back to Matt Smith. Lions win possession again. It was nice from Batty, the Scotsman. Mikola goes round one, Max Mikola, still in possession. Mikola with the shot, and it can only be parried behind by Juro Gradesovic. And a corner kick for the Lions. Mikola will be desperate to score here at Corporate Travel Management Stadium, no doubt. Place where he spent a lot of his youth career. There's been a real bright spot for Lions this season as the corner swept in too deep. Martin gets his head to it and then boot. It'll be a Lions throw in an attacking position. Jacob Minette will come over and take, the former Pride man. This is the 29th FFA Cup game for Lions, 25th in the qualification rounds. They've made it to the national rounds on 2 occasions. Both times they beat NPL opposition to reach the round of 16. And then both times lost to A-League teams at that stage. It was Perth Glory in 2015 and Adelaide in 2018. So the cross is swept in towards Solozano. Mikola's at the back post. And that was really well done, nicely done at the back by Koji Kato just to clear his lines. He's got the ball away momentarily though. Reeves gives chase, so does Hirayama. Berean wellies that one almost the full length of the field, and it's straight into the hands of Dragesovic by way of Daniel Bowles' head. Again, the breeze is blowing right to left. This control from Bolton. A rarity. Bowles finds Smith over on the far side. There's space for him. Sam Sibatoire is wide. Smith goes inside though. And we'll be back with Dragesovic. It's good work from Batty to find Beakhurst the goal scorer. Beakhurst is forced back. That's clever from Brandon Reeves. An attacker doing defensive duties. Here's Sibatuara. Quick feet from Sibatuara, but Batty was there. And a nice turn out of trouble from Noah McGrath. And Beakhurst spreads play. Right idea, wrong execution. Matt Smith, though, and that's an error. Here is Solozano. Solozano narrows the angle. It's saved by Dragesovic very nicely with his hands. Made himself as big as he could. The former Australian Youth International. That was a little bit sloppy from Brisbane City. First with Sibatuara giving the ball away, and then Matt Smith with a sloppy pass. Minette can't quite cushion that, and Dragesovic will have another go. Solozano has been put under a fair amount of pressure from Dan Bowles. And 2 former A-League men renewing acquaintances here in the FFA Cup. Berean again gets plenty of distance on his kicks, and arguably too much distance. It's not a particularly small pitch at Corporate Travel Management Stadium. Berean certainly using the conditions to his favour at the moment. Here's Sibatuara. Bolton has space. Bolton up against Minette. Clever from Bolton, cutting inside. It's deflected, and it was Beakhurst to get the ball away initially. And then coming back was Joe Duckworth to help out. It will be a Brisbane City throw-in. Playing Bolton wide, trying to move that back 4 from side to side. are Brisbane City. Here's Bolton again, cutting inside. It's gone all the way through to Sibatuara, who could do with some support. Tried to find Hirayama. Andy Thompson's there, and the 27-year-old gets the ball upfield towards the 38-year-old Matt Smith. City have only made one previous appearance in the final qualification round in Queensland. That came in 2018 against Olympic. It was a match that ended in disappointment. Penalties needed to decide who would go through to the round of 32, and Brisbane City lost 4-1 after the match finished 2-2 after extra time, as the flag goes up against Yuta Hirayama. Good long ball forward. City have played 9 previous games at home in the FFA Cup. Won 5 of them, lost 4, including that penalty defeat. Ball comes forward again. It's a little bit untidy, and Martin and Dragesovic getting in all sorts of a tangle there, and Finn Beakhurst was there and probably should have taken advantage. Martin has not played a huge number of games this year. Just looking slightly rusty, a player with plenty of talent, but perhaps just missing a little bit of match sharpness. Beakhurst can't keep the ball in. It'll be a goal kick. Six times these two teams have played in the last few years, since Lions came back into the NPL fold from the Brisbane Premier League. Lions have won 4 of them, City 1, and then just 1 draw. Oh, sloppy from Dragesovic, right to the feet of Finn Beakhurst, who can't get that ball to curl nearly enough. And chance goes begging for Lions once again, and they are starting to mount these chances for the visitors. Down the sign will be the happier of the 2 coaches. 3 shots on target, 2 off for Lions. 2 shots on target and 2 off for City. But certainly more possession has gone the way of the visitors so far. And the pressure's still coming. Here's Jake Minette with the throw. No movement really, so he'll go long towards Solozano. Duckworth, it was in fact the intended target. Nipping in there is Batty. It's clever from the Scotsman. Next is the sports development officer at Lions. Cross comes in. Dragesovic claims high above the head of Jean-Carlos Solozano. He's looked lively early. Sibatuara. It's good from Sibatuara. Finds Halliday. Reeves. Tried to turn, but that's very clever from Ethan Doherty. Mikola. Good tackle by Cato in the end, and Matt Smith holding off Mikola. Finds Kai Bolton, and Bolton, if he gets past Minette, has a fair amount of acreage to run into. He'll go inside though and uses Matt Smith. It's intelligent stuff from Kai Bolton. High percentage play. Cato over the top. Hirayama should be onside. The flag does stay down, so Hirayama is a chance here. Oh, that's a good strong tackle by Tommy Jarrett. Still just 22 years old, Tommy Jarrett, but he has all the calmness and composure of a man at least 10 years his senior. Perfect foil next to Matthias Simic, who's absent today. Ethan Doherty it is who's filling in there at centre-back in a back four for Lions, featuring Minette at left-back and Andy Thompson at right-back. They're going to have to be on guard here as Reeves tries to get in behind. Luke Berean just laying the law down. Not shy to inform his teammates of their mistakes and deficiencies during the match, Luke Berean. And Kai Bolton nipped across there very cleverly. Matt Smith assessing his options. One of those options was Kato, and he finds Hirayama. Now Sibatuara. Halliday. Bolton has space. Looking to exploit the gap now. Needs a runner inside of Minette. Minette does well, stands tall and then hammers the ball away. Martin is coming forward in support, but under pressure from Solozano, can't control. That's good football all round, really. As Solozano just feels at his wrist. That'll be a concern for Lions. Just wants a bit of spray, I think, Giancarlo Solozano. Lions do have Jordan Freener on the bench. Kato can't get onto the end of that, and it falls to Mikola. Now Solozano. Doesn't need his wrist for this. Solozano can't get past Tyson Martin. Kai Bolton will go forward. Shadowed by McGrath. That time Bolton gets the better of McGrath, and Luke Berean has to do well to get the better of Hirayama. Clever from Luke Berean, and listen to the crowd enjoying that one. Solozano gives away the free kick. I don't think he's heard the whistle yet. And Solozano is really feeling that wrist, so it's something we're going to have to keep our eyes on. City play on quickly. No movement on the Lions bench, so they must think it's not serious enough to stop him. As Sibatuara gets to the byline, puts a cross in. It's a decent cross from Sibatuara. Here's Reeves. Now Fechner. Kato. Reeves is there. Oh, and then is that a penalty? Referee blew his whistle and, in fact, said that the foul went against the Brisbane City man, and the physios are called on, and Solozano's gone down as well for that wrist injury. James Batty is down 2. See who came charging across on our replay. It looked like Scott Halliday. It was who came with the high feet, and looks a fair decision from Izzy Crespo. A little bit of concern for James Batty, who wants to make sure that he's fit and ready for 5 AM tomorrow morning when England and Scotland do battle in the European Championships. We'll have a little break, and Solozano, bless him, is sitting all on his own without any treatment coming his way. I think he's waiting for the physio to finish with James Batty, who was a player under Warren Moon at Peninsula Power. He spent a spell at Grange and East. He's played at Queen of the South and Queen's Park in Scotland. Kai Bolton and Daniel Bowles are just asking why Giancarlo Solozano can't get up and go over to the sideline. Sam Sibatuara is taking a more conciliatory approach in having a discussion with Solozano to see whether or not he's okay to continue. There is now movement on the Lions bench, none of it particularly vigorous. Looks like Zach Maltby certainly looks interested as to whether he's going to come onto the field or not. Jordan Freener is still very well suited up and has in fact sat back down. So Zach Maltby, 22-year-old former Strikers junior is warming himself up. But again, the concern really is for James Batty, who is still down over on the edge of the penalty area. And a change will be made and a stretcher is required for James Batty. Aaron Syme does not need more injuries. I do feel for Giancarlo Solozno though. He's telling anyone who he thinks will care that he's really not in a good frame of mind and that his wrist is hurting him. He's just had a conversation with the assistant on this near side, Oleg Labuz. It seems the stretcher is not required. That's coming back off. It's a storied rivalry between these two teams. Two NSL clubs from 77 to 76 when they stopped playing the NSL together, although Lions did have a brief foray back in 88. Some stats for you. Both teams have had 2 shots off target. Lions have had 3 shots on to Brisbane City's 2. Most of those have been blocked. 2 corners for Lions to 0 as well. City have been caught offside twice. And an early night for James Batty. He's not going to be able to continue. While he limps off, I'll tell you about the 3 other matches from the FFA Cup coming your way this weekend in the 7th qualification round for Queensland. Peninsula Power against Olympic. Boy, that's going to be a big one tomorrow. 6 o'clock from AJ Kelly. Magpies take on Edge Hill United. Magpies Crusaders up in Mackay at Solojinkin Oval from 7 if North Queensland's your thing. James Batty does make his way off. Zach Maltby it is who has come on. Finally, Giancarlo Solozno can get some treatment to his wrist. And on Sunday, we've got Gold Coast Knights against Sunshine Coast Wanderers, 5 o'clock from the Croatian Sports Centre in Carrara. Should be a big game between those two teams. We've already had 16 of the 32 qualifiers book their spot in the FFA Cup round of 32. Who is going to be the 17th? At the moment, Lions in the box seat. It was a goal from Finn Beakhurst, who performed something of a magic trick to get through 3 City defenders and still come away with the ball. So there'll be a fair bit of time added on at the end of this first half when we get there after that delay. City may have had the same number of shots, a similar number of shots to Lions, but haven't looked as threatening. Sibatuara linking up with Kato. Sibatuara will come inside. Halliday is a reasonable option. He'll take it up over halfway. Bolton is free on this near side. Won't get to him though, as Minette just about manages to get enough on that to take it around City's effervescent right winger. Halliday wanted it, Bowles gets it from Tyson Martin. Now Matt Smith. Again, acres of space on this near side for Kai Bolton. If Halliday's good enough to find him, he'll go the other way though to Sibatuara. Doesn't have quite as much space, but certainly plenty of trickery to get through. Here's Halliday again. Just gets his angles wrong, Scott Halliday. He actually scored his first senior goal for City during his first spell in an FFA Cup game. It was the only senior goal he actually scored for City during that first stint. An absolute worldie as well against Capella. 5-1, a 5-2 win from memory, 2018. Halliday goes early to Hirayama. Good control from the Japanese striker. Bolton tried to ride the challenge of McGrath. Lions get it upfield, but it's well won by Martin. He combines with Matt Smith. Now Bolton again. Mick just standing off. Was Minette. Oh, and then Bolton's carried on and gone through. Kai Bolton, who is clumsy more than anything, I think. On Ethan Doherty, who you can certainly argue is more than his match physically. Martin heads away. Free kick delivered towards the edge of the penalty area in this near side of the field. A bit of head tennis going on now. It's a powerful header from Kai Bolton. Hirayama can't keep it in. Hirayama wants the decision. He's not going to get it though. It'll be a lines throw just inside their attacking half. Solozano has that wrist strapped. Martin tries to target somebody in the crowd. Clearing that ball with some interest. Oh, clever from Mikkola. Just ran out of space though. Good positioning from Kai Fechner. Halliday doesn't have too much room to work with on the edge of the penalty area, but links up with Cato. And then Kai Fechner just sells Cato a bit short. It's a really good tackle from Duckworth. Here's an opportunity now! And that's a brilliant save from Duro Gradesovic. Zach Maltby, it might be his first touch since he's come on the field. And he absolutely leathered that. 22-year-old yet to score a goal in the National Premier League's Queensland for Lions. When the ball fell to him, one touch and bang, and it was definitely going in. It needed to be saved well. And Duro Dragesovic was more than equal to it. A player who's kept 5 clean sheets in the league so far this season, only conceded 5 goals this season. 4 of them have come at home though, it has to be said, including in the Cup. Martin at the back post heads the corner away. Over every single player in orange shirt or blue. Duckworth was down on one knee. And carried on trying to play. Gets a shove from Tyson Martin for his troubles as well. City wants to get on with things. 5 minutes or so to go before the half-time break. There will be plenty of time added on after that lengthy injury. Sibatuara. Such great feet from the former Raw youth man. He did have one spell away from City since he joined in 2016. He's down in Victoria with Dandenong for half a season. Scored 1 goal down in the NPL Victoria. Good trial with PSMS Medan in Indonesia in 2018 before deciding to stick with Brisbane City. So a hand involved there from Martin, not according to our officials. Oh, McGrath is pinged for a push. City get things moving again pretty quickly. Matt Smith. Decisive pass to Hirayama. Sibatuara in space. He'll use that space too, Sibatuara. Hirayama on the outside. The pass wasn't the best from Sibatuara, just sold him short, and Andy Thompson was good over on that far side, good enough to win the ball back. Couldn't quite find Max Mikkeler with his pass forward though. Reeves trying to get in behind. It's Doherty coming across. Mikkeler goes back to Thompson. Thompson was closed down pretty quickly by Reeves. Sibatuara back to Reeves. Tyson Martin in space. Has Kai Bolton ahead of him. Bolton has to check though with the pass. Wanted it played just to his right side so he could turn inside. Kai Bolton instead he had to use his left foot. He's played in again here now though, and there's a lot of space for Kai Bolton. He gets to the byline, closed down by Jake Minette. Cross comes in anyway, and it's headed away. Kai Fechner coming in pretty hard though on Ethan Doherty. And just after being clattered and picking himself up off the ground, Ethan Doherty has to endure something of a lecture from Luke Bryan about his positioning, I think. Lions get play underway quickly. Minette on this near side. His ball forward headed away by Bowles. Kai Bolton wins it back. Takes it back into his own half, but City come forward through Matt Smith. Reeves. Good touch from Brandon Reeves. Matt Smith very far forward. Sibatuara going around the outside. And City have the equaliser. It's Yuta Hirayama. His 13th goal of the season, and it was Matt Smith driving his team forward. He picked up the ball inside his own half, carried on his run, got the ball back from Brandon Reeves. What a lovely pass wide to Sibatuara, whose cross was perfect, and I'm not sure where the Lions' defence had disappeared to. But Yuta Hirayama managed to make them disappear. And we are back on level terms here at Corporate Travel Management Stadium. Somewhat against the run of play, but not egregiously so. City have always been in the game, and Kai Bolton has been at the heart of all of it. Joe Duckworth being told by referee Izzy Crespo that there'll be no more tackles from him, or no more fouls from him in any case, or he'll be shown a yellow card. Haven't had a card yet in this Brisbane Classico between the two traditional rivals. 23 Brisbane area grand final wins between them, 22 premiership wins as well, as Kai Bolton tries to go on his merry way again, thwarted by Minette, gets the ball across to Brandon Reeves though, now linking up with Cato. Cato has to go back to Matt Smith. Smith and Cato. Hirayama, long way from goal, finds Cato. Halliday. Tyson Martin. One more, finds Kai Bolton. Cato has suddenly popped up on the inside, but Kai Bolton can't find his way through and past Jacob Minette. You can hear what the locals think about that decision, throwing going the way of Lions. Did look like Jacob Minette might have got the last touch. We are a bit further away though than the assistant. Header away from Doherty. Cato, Hirayama! And Hirayama was onside, flag stayed down. He couldn't make contact with the looping pass forward by Cato. It's obviously something they've worked on, because Hirayama was ready and waiting for the ball to drop. And City are finishing this first half very strongly. Minette clears the ball away with the header, only as far as Scott Halliday. It's going to fall for Scott Halliday now. Early cross. Awkward one for Doherty to deal with, though deal with it he did. Bolton. Halliday with another brilliant cross, headed away by Doherty once more. Here's Cato. Cato turns around the corner, tries to find Reeves. Reeves back to Cato. Cato had to check. Still there for Cato with the shot, and it's a brilliant save by Luke Berean, diving low to his left. And Luke Berean tries to get things moving pretty quickly, trying to find Finn Beakhurst. Tyson Martin getting the ball away. Head injury there. Scott Halliday goes down. Whistle has been blown. Halliday gives it a good firm rub. And a yellow card is shown to Max Mikkola. The 21-year-old is first to go into the book. We're into the third minute of stoppage time. I reckon there might be 4 or 5, to be honest. There was such a lengthy delay as that ball finds its way into the creek. No, stopped by the netting. Over on the far side of the field, cleared by Lions. Oh, Cato just got clattered into. Free kick goes against Lions. Matt Smith is imploring his players further forward to do something. It's a bit difficult position being coach and player. Such a key position in that left centre-back role. Smith's continued on a run. Looks up for it tonight, Matt Smith. 38 years young. Did win an FA Cup, in Hong Kong with Kitchee. He won the Hong Kong Senior Shield as well, which is actually one of the longest cup competitions in the world, as we have the full half-time whistle. A half-time in which City were second best for a fair chunk, but then they came to their own in the second half of that first period, and they ended up really finishing the second half on top. They went behind early to a Finn Beakhurst goal after just 11 minutes. It was a magical moment from Finn Beakhurst. Managed to squeeze his way through an impossible amount of bodies and managed to get a shot past Juro Grgasevic, who's pulled off a couple.
I can announce the host country of the FIFA Women's World Cup 2023, which will be Australia.
When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you.
Happiness is knowing you'll find the perfect vehicle every time. Thrifty. Smiles all the way.
I'm Paul Wade, I'm a former Socceroo captain and enjoying myself at the QUT Stadium on a beautiful sunny day, and 16 teams from all over Australia enjoying football, walking, having a great time. This is a benchmark that we hope the rest of the country take on. They've got a competition, they've got training sessions, they've coached referees to make sure that all the rules are adhered to. And I'm sure some of these players have not read the rule book, but it doesn't matter, they've all got a big smile on their face. That's the main thing. Some of these stories I've heard out here, some people haven't played, haven't met each other, they've come in, they train on a Tuesday, Thursday and Friday at 11 o'clock in the morning, and they play on the weekend. Like a couple of weeks ago they didn't even know each other's name, and now they know whose family they're from and what weddings coming up, and what a great way to socialise. And in this day and age, with all the mental health problems we have and the loneliness, the perfect avenue to get people back involved in the community.
The most I enjoy is about actually bringing a group of referees and a group of players together. It's being part of that, you know, that whole group of people coming together to enjoy a sport they love. And it doesn't matter whether they're injured or they feel that they're frail or whatever, they can get out there and enjoy themselves, and that's the great thing about walking football.
When my children were growing up through grassroots soccer, I helped with refereeing, and so that was a good introduction to it. And then I wanted to get fit myself, so walk football seemed to be a good option, and then I entered into refereeing. There's certainly some more rules to, from grassroots, you learn different rules, and then coming into walking football, there's different rules, but the consistency and the safety of those rules has made it great to play, and I feel makes players feel happier about coming on the field and not worrying about injury.
Oh, amazing touch. Spectacular.
Time the cross. A towering header.
The keeper's out. The net's open.
Some people can't hide their passion. Don't hide yours. Join our team.
Welcome back to Corporate Travel Management Stadium, where we are locked at 1 each between Brisbane City and Lions in this FFA Cup round 7 qualification clash. It's been a fascinating game so far. City have been under the pressure a fair amount in the first part of that first half. Lions got the early goal through Finn Beakhurst, then they came back at a rate of knots in the final 10 minutes or so after the injury to James Batty that forced a lengthy delay. And they got their rewards with Yuta Hirayama, who has been in such sensational goal-scoring form in the Football Queensland Premier League over the course of the campaign so far. He scored in the 44th minute with an equaliser, which is where we are locked up at the moment. Does look like Lions are going to make another change. Jordan Farina, wearing the number 18 shirt, is getting ready to enter the fray. O'Brien is last out of the Lions players. City have belatedly joined us out on the field as well. Trying to check and see. I don't think there's any changes from a Brisbane City perspective. Was told at half-time, but Scott Halliday got booked early on in the half. It's something I missed, so thank you, Craig Gearson, for spotting that. I'll get confirmation as to who Farina has replaced. I'll let you know. Farina and Solozano linking up at the top.
Substitution for Brisbane Lions. Number 18, Jordan Farina is on.
I don't know if it's Max Mikkola who's gone off, or is that him over on the far side of the field. We'll get underway with Lions kicking from left to right in the orange shirts, orange socks and orange shorts. City in the light blue. And it was Maltby who went on the charge. He was thwarted in his progress towards the byline by Sam Sibatuara and Matt Smith, both of whom have been lively in this first half of the match so far. Long throw will be coming in. It's a good long throw. Cato gets it away. Was there a hand there? Lions players all appealed. Referee was ideally placed. Referee is Izzy Crespo, for those of you who've just joined us. And then Matt Smith found himself on the ground. And we can't believe that he has been penalised. It might be Max Mikkola who's gone off. You know, he was shown a yellow card in that first half. Cato gives the ball away to Duckworth. Minette. Oh, challenge came in. And it was Ethan Doherty, and it was untidy. The free kick is given to Brisbane City. Sibatuara takes quickly. Koji Cato wants to split the ball over to the far side of the field, and Kai Bolton. It never gets to him, though. Clearance doesn't go as far as Lions would like. Matt Smith for City on the edge of his own penalty area. Goes back to Juro Dragicevic. Gets the pitching wedge out to Tyson Martin. It's closed down by Max Mikkola, so he is still on the field. Again, when we get confirmation, I'll let you know. Reeves is closing down Thompson. Thompson wins the throw-in. No, he doesn't, according to the officials. It's a City ball. Halfway inside their attacking half of the field. Ball forward by Smith was dealt with by Thompson in the end. Kato over the top to Hirayama. It needed a really good challenge from Tommy Jarrett. Just to stick his boot out and force the intervention. It will be a throw-in on this near side. Sibatuara is over to take. Hirayama a little bit too enthusiastic in coming forward to claim that ball, and Lions will clear through Duckworth. Smith links up with Bowles. City trying to work their angle. Sibatuara clever, but was picked off by Duckworth instead of Kato as it was intended. Martin, lovely ball from Martin. There was just a clip of the heels of Ethan Doherty from Yuta Hirayama. Ethan Doherty wants slightly more punitive action. Izzy Crespo wants him to take the free kick from where it was awarded. Been told it's Noah McGrath who's come off the field, the 18-year-old. So that's the change that Lions have made, bringing on Jordan Farina. Kai Bolton nips in there and wins the ball. Heavy touch though. Tommy Jarrett accepts the invitation to win the ball back. Halliday, clever ball. Matt Smith doesn't quite fall for him, so we'll go back to Bowles. Coach to captain, Halliday. Lovely ball from Halliday to Hirayama! Oh, brilliant save from Luke Berean. You would have backed you to Hirayama from there 99 times out of 100, but a brilliant save from Luke Berean. Preserves the scoreline at 1 each. And City, who have the wind at their back in this second half, managed to get the first real chance of it. Brilliant ball forward from Scott Halliday, who's been pulling the strings all the way through this match. And Luke Berean, who almost gave away the ball there. Going from the spectacular to the near calamitous in a matter of seconds. And City feel the wind in their sails at the moment. That'll be a throw-in, not a corner. Over from that far side of the field. In the NPL game that's taking place at the moment. Down on the Gold Coast, Eastern Suburbs have taken a first half lead against Gold Coast United. And Gold Coast United, to make matters worse, missed a penalty as well, according to my stats. Has been all Easts down there at Koplex in Talabudra, 4 shots to 1. We'll keep our attention here as the ball is almost picked up. It's fallen nicely for Sibatuara. Sibatuara on the charge. Andy Thompson was there, and Yuta Hirayama wanted that played into him, I think, but Sibatuara wanted to go himself. Being forced wide by Andy Thompson pretty well. Kato, lovely ball from Kato. Underneath it was Brandon Reeves, but first Luke Berean, and he managed to claim and save the real danger. But City pressing forward at every opportunity at the moment. Lions somewhat under the cosh. It's a good period for the hosts. Tommy Jarrett wins the ball back over on the far side of the field. Looked inside, there was nothing available to him, and City have stolen possession back. Cato. Bowls to Smith inside his own half. Sibatuara, heavy touch, he put the boot up, Sibatuara, and acknowledged that as well. He is frustrated with himself, it was a heavy touch. And Zach Maltby almost copped one on the chin from Sibatuara's boot, completely unintentional. Lions with a rather aimless ball forward from Andy Thompson. Bowles heads it away. Being a throw-in in the attacking third of the field for Lions, though. Zach Maltby will take it.
Better remember that.
After some discussion, City get the decision on the throw-in. Maltby looks upwards in disappointment more than anything. He wins the header though from Matt Smith's throw. His ball forward though picked up by Smith. Smith hammers it forward. Doherty hammers it up in the air, out for another throw-in. This time City have the attacking impetus on the throw-in on this near side of the field. It's quite narrow. Matt Smith will take the throw. Oh, nice ball inside to Cato from Hirayama. Hirayama might have been offside. The flag went up. He was just goal side of the defender and didn't initially see across the line. That's what the assistant over on that far side was for. And here judged that there were no defenders between he and Luke Berean, who made the stop anyway, spreading himself as wide as he could. But lovely link-up play once again from Yuta Hirayama and Koji Kato. Lions need to get a grip of things. Clever from Solozano to keep the ball in play. Links up with Maltby. Solozano. Left-footed cross, swings in. Martin's underneath it to head away. Arriving, though, is Minette. It's picked off by Kato, and Kato with the outside of the boot. Doesn't get enough turn on it, but Hirayama's still going to beat the ball to the byline. It's closed down by Ethan Doherty. Takes a bit of pace out of things, does Hirayama. Halliday back over the top. Nice idea, but no City player had anticipated it. Ball is safely in the arms of Luke Berean. It's only been 10 minutes played in this second half, and it has been all Lions at the moment. All City, sorry. Lions having to do a lot of defensive work. And Lions in possession at the moment. City have had 6 shots on target to 4, both with 2 off target at the moment. Most important statistic, though, is that City and Lions both have a goal apiece. City are the ones looking most likely to change that statistic in their favour. Halliday tried to bundle his way through, was unable to do so. Solozano. Minette. Mikola. Cross from Mikola. Solozano was the intended target. Kato hooks it away before it can fall to Duckworth on the edge of the penalty area. Here's Thompson. Lions finally enjoying a share of possession in this second half. Minette, untidy, still manages to get possession. Solozano can't get a shot away before it's blocked. Solozano wins it back, though. Great tenacity from the Costa Rican. And then a free kick to Lions for the foul on Max Mikola. Dangerous position for Brisbane City to defend. The angle doesn't favour the direct shot, although it's actually closer towards the centre of the field than I initially thought. Beakhurst is standing over it. Mikola could run onto this. He's centre field at the moment, level with Beakhurst. I think Beakhurst's going to have a go right-footed here. Dragesevic is waiting, three-man wall, it hits the leftmost player of that. Mikkola then lets fly, and the ball flies well wide, and now some attention will be paid to Koji Kato, who wore that one right in the ribs. Standing on the leftmost side of that three-man wall. It did its job. Beakhurst, who scored the opening goal of this game, controls in midfield. Duckworth. Thompson, early cross in. Kai Bolton away. Reeves has to go backwards, but most importantly keeps possession. Bowles goes long. Thompson's chasing. Hirayama has such electric pace, but he actually was in an offside position before coming back. The City bench was up in arms about something. The green, white and red chairs. A nod to this club's Italian heritage. Nice touch, actually. Just as that was over on the far side from Thompson. Mikkola tries to go around his marker. Beakhurst. Beakhurst rather overran that. Looked for the free kick. It was never coming, though. Bowles gets the ball upfield for City. Matt Smith again coming forward to win that header. Reeves into the back of Doherty. City bench blows up. Most of the supporters do too. Lions have the free kick anyway. Smith, perfectly assured from the former Raw captain. Going to have a substitution. It's going to be Arthur Antonis who's entering the fray. He's going to replace Kai Fechner, who hasn't had the most effective of games I've seen from him. His brother, of course, Alex, plays for Lions. Not in action today. He's injured. It's the same ankle that kept him out for most of last year. But Arthur Antonis is a player they've got big raps on at Brisbane City and have had for a long time. His 13th involvement in a match this season. There's 3 goals in the league, 2 coming against Mitchelton and 1 against Wolves. And here he is now making a challenge, an ineffective one as Lions come forward. Mikkola being forced wide by Bolton, and then he rather overran it himself. And City will eventually conspire to clear the ball upfield to Hirayama. Kato stretches, can't get to it. Still City ball though, over on the far side of the field from the throw. Half time at Complex, 1-0 the score still to Eastern Suburbs over Gold Coast United. Big games in the FFA Cup though, primarily taking centre stage this weekend. Tomorrow it's a massive clash, it'd be a massive clash at any time, not least when there's a spot in the national round of the FFA Cup at stage when Peninsula Power host Olympic. Will hold that thought though as Lions come forward. Farina with the cross. Dragesevic managed to get a fist to it. Headed back inside. Solozno's onside. And Bowles was there to block the shot. Beakhurst is still there, and eventually City will get the ball away, but Beakhurst might have overextended himself there and has gone down in a heap just inside the penalty area. And the referee stopped things pretty quickly. Might just need a spell of treatment. Will Finn Beakhurst, so we'll go back to what's coming up over the rest of the weekend. Big game at AJ Kelly on Saturday. 6 o'clock kickoff is up on the peninsula for that one. And up in Mackay, Magpies Crusaders taking on Edge Hill United Saturday at 7 o'clock from Solojinkin Oval. Massive opportunity, you'd think, for Edge Hill United to possibly make their stamp on the national stage. I mean, Gold Coast Knights take on Sunshine Coast Wanderers Sunday at 5 o'clock down at Carrara. Just see a replay of the action that led to that incident. Good cross from Farina. Solozano made a nuisance of himself. Beakhurst might have actually copped the injury a couple of moments before. He got shouldered off the ball and landed awkwardly, and then he actually copped a ball to the head as it was half cleared by City. So that's why the referee probably stopped things when he did. Last time these two sides met here at Corporate Travel Management Stadium, it finished 1-1. Nathan Beagley getting one goal for Brisbane City, a late equaliser. Jordan Farina with the other for Lions. That's the only draw these two sides have had in the last 6 meetings between the pair since 2018. And these two sides played in the NSL actually only drew 5 times in 30 meetings, so there was normally a result one way or another historically on the national stage between these two. City just edged the head-to-head in the NSL, by the way, 13-12, but in the NSL Cup, City actually had far better of things. Of the 7 matches that these two teams played that I could find records of, City actually won 5 of them. There was 1 draw and Lions won the other. Some really good, interesting matches in that as well. City won and beat Lions on both occasions on their way to lifting the NSL Cup, which was also known as the Phillips Cup, in 77 and 78. City are still looking for that trophy, by the way, so get in contact with the club if you know any details. They'll be greatly appreciative of any news on that front. And the last time these two sides met in the Cup, NSL Cup that is, was 86. And Kieran Cooper scored a 90th minute penalty to give City the win by 2-1. We have drama here in the second half. Plenty of time to go in this one as Lions win a free kick. Just about a third of the way from Brisbane City's goal. This time there will be no shot. Andy Thompson will try to deliver this right-footed, curling away from goal onto the head of Solozano. It's headed away by Matt Smith, only as far as Duckworth. Farina gets the ball back to Mikola. Mikola clever. Puts a brilliant cross in. Solozano is underneath it. Farina too. Duckworth's on the outside. Duckworth could be in here. Cross comes back across goal. Can't get a shot away, can Jordan Farina? Still there for Lions, but now it's Kai Bolton racing upfield. He picked the pocket, and it's 3-on-3 up the other end now. Yuta Hirayama. Oh, that's excellent defending. Hirayama still come away with it. The cross comes in. It's hammered away by Lions. Almost fell. For Brandon Reeves, still there for City. Has Kai Bolton gone down? Referee's had a long look. And the penalty... Has the penalty been given, or has the referee stopped play for the injury to Ethan Doherty? I don't think he's given a penalty. And Ethan Doherty is down. It was a last-ditch tackle, a brave tackle at the feet of Brandon Reeves. But how quickly Brisbane City turned defence into attack. Kai Bolton, so fast, used Yuta Hirayama wide, who had no right to keep the ball in play. But I think it might have been Arthur Antonis who made the challenge. It was Arthur Antonis who came flying in and had the opportunity. He managed to take just as much as Ethan Doherty as he did of the ball, perhaps more. And that is why Doherty is now on the ground. Again, desperately disappointing for Lions if they're to lose another player for injury. We'll just run you quickly through the players who are out for them today. Matthias Simic, the captain, he's unavailable. He's actually on shift tonight with the police force. Alex Fechner and Nathan Shepherd, they're both injured. Alex Junovsky and Jacob Sorveren are both cup-tied, having previously played for Moreton Bay United and Logan respectively in this year's competition. Sean Carlos, he's still returning from that ACL injury, so he is in fact not quite fit to play, although he did manage 90 minutes in the under-23s for strikers and has scored on consecutive weekends for the under-23s as he makes his long-awaited return. So the players on the bench for Lions, well, those that they haven't used, they've got a 17-year-old, an 18-year-old and a 19-year-old. Luke Bryan's got play underway pretty quickly. I think much to the surprise of a lot of players, including those on his own team. An untidy passage that didn't really end up going anywhere. City have a throw-in on halfway. It'll go all the way back to Dan Bowles, who'll bring it wide to this near side. And Matt Smith, he goes back to Scott Halliday. He's looking to use Kai Bolton at every opportunity at the moment, although Sibutawara has a lot of space on this near side. And they'll look to work that back four from side to side. Sibutawara gets there ahead of Maltby. And that's a goal kick. Sam Sibutawara not best pleased with the decision. City 2 have gone very much for youth on the bench. Jonathan Caspinello, still very much a youngster. Jack McKinnelly. And Conor McKenzie are the options for Matt Smith as he heads the ball forward. Cato, that's brilliant. Couldn't quite find a teammate with the pass though. Here he is again. That time he delayed a little bit too much and had his pocket picked by Maltby. He stayed down. Ball's put forward to Solozno. Bowles was looking at Solozno the whole way, and it's very clearly a free kick. And a yellow card for Dan Bowles. That's possibly a little bit further than I would have thought, but the 29-year-old does go into the book. And a free kick right on the edge of the penalty area for Lions. Yeah, he certainly wasn't looking at the ball, Dan Bowles. He looked at the man. And City will perhaps complain that there might have been a foul on Koji Kato beforehand, but it looked like they were both going for the ball and anything. Kato just waited a little bit too long before getting the ball back under his control. Max Mikkola it is, though, who's standing over this free kick. 4 men in the wall this time. Mikkola taking plenty of time, precisely placing the ball. Now Isidro Crespo, the referee, does the same with the 4 men in that City wall. Mikkola will go for goal here. Max Mikkola took a deflection, will be a corner. The wall did its job, jumped us one. And Mikkola will deliver it. Oh, it's allowed to bounce at the back post. Zach Maltby at the back post. Just managed to sky the ball over the top. And you're going through plenty of balls at the moment in this game. Yuta Hiroyama has gone down just away to our left. And the signals from the physio team do not look good. So we will see one of the youngsters. And Hiroyama did actually go over to the sideline to talk with the Brisbane City coaching staff while he was waiting for that wall to be set up and the free kick ready to be played. So they were ready for it. And Hiroyama is off. Connor McKenzie, who's got a fantastic backstory, is about to come on. So Hiroyama did get the equaliser just before half-time. He will play no further part. He's off the field. City down to 10 at the moment. Play is being allowed to continue. Thompson. Oh, that's great pressure from Cato. Oh, and he did well to keep it in, but then, no, he didn't keep it in. It is a throw-in, and now we're going to be able to make the substitution for Brisbane City. On comes Connor McKenzie, who's in his 15th year of a club, joined as a 6-year-old all the way back in 2007. This is his first year on a senior contract, but his story doesn't end there. He actually played in the under-12s NPL game when the competition was first started. It was a curtain raiser for the seniors and actually ended up being the club's first ever NPL game. Now he is playing in the senior team in the FFA Cup. Lions have an issue. Ethan Doherty has gone down. He's now limping over to the sideline. City players are grabbing some drinks. The Lions bench is warming up. And we're going to have a change for Lions as well, because Ethan Doherty can't continue. So all change at the back. Looks like Jake Minette's going to fill in at centre-back. It's Zeke Lavender who's going to come on, and I've been given big raps about this 17-year-old. But at the moment, Lions are down to 10 men, and Sam Sibatoa is bearing down towards the byline and winning a corner off the foot of Andy Thompson. Zeke Lavender gets a rub on the back of the head, and then an arm around the shoulder from Darren Syme. He made his senior debut against Strikers. He's played 8 times for the under-18s this year, 4 for the under-23s. He's come through the system at Richlands, and here he is making his senior debut in the FFA Cup at least. At a very pressing time. Corner's whipped in, it pinballs around, it's at the feet of Dan Bowles, can't get a shot away. Sibatoa arrives, it's blocked at source by Max Mikula. City retain possession though, through Scott Halliday, and he'll drive forward. And that's a lovely ball over on the far side of the field. Excellent work over there on the edge of the penalty area from Connor McKenzie. Cross came in, saved by Luke Berean. Frantic stuff here at Corporate Travel Management Stadium. Both teams are stretched now, both in terms of personnel and from a fatigue point of view. Farina played the ball inside, and Duckworth and Solozano couldn't quite decide who amongst them should go and challenge for it. So Sibatoa said, thanks very much, I'll take it up, thank you very much. Farina almost very cleverly through to Solozano. In the end gets it through to Maltby, and Matt Smith got a pretty vital touch. It'll be a throw-in right in the corner for Lions. And it was all a little bit untidy. Scott Halliday is just remonstrating with the referee, Izzy Crespo, saying that there must have been a foul involved there somewhere. Admit to not seeing it. if there was one. Maltby has his pocket picked by Kato. Excellent stuff from Koji Kato. Like a pickpocket in the night. Thompson gets the ball back upfield, only as far as Halliday. Halliday blocks Beakhurst though. And Tonis was run off the ball by Duckworth. The locals want a free kick for a foul. The referee says Lions can have a throw in instead. Matt Smith with the header forward. Minette, he'll have another go. Lions look fatigued at the moment. City perhaps have the edge. Reeves couldn't keep that one under control. The clearing ball though from Lions is met by Dan Bowles. His ball forward towards Kato. Wasn't picked up, and that's lovely control from Jordan Farina. Couldn't squeeze it through to Solozano though. Halliday goes back to Dragesevic, who's not had too much to do in this second half. Bolton tried for flick, overran the ball forward though. Mopped up by Jarrett. Mikola. Long ball towards Solozano. Bowles is back. He is scrappy, both teams turning the ball over time and time again. A decent spell of possession could cause problems, you'd think, such as the sloppiness of play at the moment. Lions have a goal kick. And there is just 10 minutes to go before we have an extra half an hour. City have been taken to extra time 3 times in their FFA Cup history. One of them this season, match they won against South West Queensland Thunder. It's Brandon Reeves who got the goal in extra time, the 108th minute of that match. They drew the other 2, in that they went to penalties, but lost both of them, once in 2018 and once in 2019, against Olympic and Peninsula Power respectively. Lions, they've been in extra time 4 times in their cup lives. They beat Olympic in 2018 in the national rounds. As a free kick goes in favour of Brisbane City. Kai Bolton it was who was fouled, and just a discussion happening between the officials. The yellow card is shown. That was to the youngster Zeke Lavender, so good opportunity for City to get the ball in here. Ball is just about level with the edge of the penalty area, right on the far touchline of the field. Swept in. Berean comes and Berean claims very bravely. The players rushing forward. Matt Smith it was who actually ended up in the back of the net himself. Looking to meet that ball. Berean did well to claim. Nicola came forward and he's gone down. It was the ball to the face more than anything, but the physio has been called on. The Lions record in extra time is 1 win, 2 defeats, and 1 draw, which went to penalties, which they won. So 50-50 success rate after the 90 minutes for Lions in the FFA Cup. And this is their 29th FFA Cup game compared to Brisbane City's 15th. Prior to this season, Lions barely played away in the FFA Cup. Haven't lost a game away from home in their last 7 in all competitions. Played 8, won 4 and drawn 3 away from home. Here's Reeves. Kai Bolton's in the middle. Reeves might want to go himself, but it was a tame ending to what had been a very promising run as Matt Smith comes across and completely clatters. And then Matt Smith and Jordan Farina have a bit of a push and shove. Sam Sibatoir is in there as well. He is encouraged to get out of there by a few players, some of them wearing orange, some of them wearing blue. Matt Smith walks away. He was shown a yellow card, or at least was about to be shown a yellow card. And Ola Glabuz tells everyone Ezio Crespo, sorry. He's been assisted by Ola Glabuz, who came racing onto the field. He's just told everyone to calm down a little bit. That is confirmation of that yellow card for Matt Smith. The card had been out but not brandished, so I was slightly premature in admonishing Matt Smith, who appears to be doing the same to the referee. And Jordan Farina is shown a yellow card as well for what was a pretty nonsensical push. Posturing more than anything. 1-1 the score. 5 minutes of normal time remaining. Little slip there. Ball still finds its way through to Duckworth. Thompson. Maltby. Thompson's gone down in back play. Maltby rides a couple of challenges. Minette. Now Beakhurst with the cross, too deep. Mikola, right on the far sideline. Connor McKenzie does brilliantly there, and Max Mikola says, well, surely he was doing something illegal to stop me from getting the ball there, sir. The referee says no. Excellent defending, and excellent defending it was. Cato does well to control Sibatoir's pass inside, has his pocket picked though. Halliday's there in the right place at the right time, but Beakhurst comes across. Farina, out of a shot comes in from Duckworth. Has 4 goals so far this season as Zeke Lavender throws himself on the ground. City have an opportunity here. Sibatoir busting a gut to get there, and he's furious with the pass. He had an opportunity there, Sam Sibatoir. I think he wanted something slightly better. I think the pass came from Arthur Antonis. City still have an opportunity. Matt Smith throws the ball down the sideline, and Andy Thompson puts that one high up in the sky. Reeves is doing battle with Minette. Reeves threw Minette out of the way, and a free kick goes the way of Lions. And you won't see a more obvious one tonight. They were both holding each other. Reeves got frustrated. Bowles comes to claim that forward pass. Now tries to take it up over halfway, but he's out of position when he's taken and dispossessed by Maltby. Here's Farina on the edge of a penalty area. Gets the ball back to Beakhurst, who can't control. Duckworth takes up the charge, though. Mikola. Minette. Farina can only find Halliday with his pass back to Minette, and Halliday clears. Duckworth crowded out of it. Arthur Antonis was there. Bolton does well. Bolton does really well up against Zeke Lavender. Sibutawara takes up a charge. A man over, they couldn't find him, City. And Duckworth gets some control back. Minette. Players almost look out on their feet at the moment. Lovely piece of skill from Zach Maltby towards the edge of penalty area. Maltby goes down! The referee has a decision to make here. He's given the penalty. He's given the penalty. City players are protesting that the foul happened, if it even was a foul, outside the penalty area. And Lions might have been handed a lifeline in the 90th minute of this contest. Max Mikola will have an opportunity from the spot. The former City man has taken it upon himself. 21 years old. Surely a place in the national rounds of the FA Cup at stake. Dragesevic is going to make him wait for as long as he can. Izzy Crespo telling everyone to stay outside the area. Dragesevic still not back on his line. Mikola against Dragesevic. And Mikola puts Lions into the round of 32. Dragesevic went the right way. He got a strong hand to it. But look at the celebrations from the Lions players and the Lions supporters who've travelled in their numbers up from Richlands. There were question marks about the penalty. There were question marks whether it was inside the area or not. Well, I think Daniel Bowles, having looked at the replay, certainly had a case that it was outside the penalty area that contact was first made. It's going to be a bitter pill for Brisbane City to swallow, but there is still time remaining for late drama at Corporate Travel Management Stadium. Halliday gets the ball upfield. City do not have too many opportunities. They'll have a long throw, an opportunity to put the ball right into the mixer. They do just that, headed away at the near side of the penalty area. Connor McKenzie. Ball is out for a throw-in for Lions, and they're going to want to eke out as much time as possible. So Lozano plays the ball forward. Bowles. Darren Symes screams at his players just to hold on to the ball. We're into the 3rd minute of time added on. Tyson Martin. McKenzie won't be able to keep it in. And City can't afford too many more loose passes like that if they're to salvage something from this game and send it to extra time. Luke Berean is told to hurry up. It's been a fascinating game of football. It looks like we're not going to have a bonus half hour. Farina goes down theatrically. Play's allowed to continue. Farina rather sheepishly picks himself back up. And Berean will take the full amount of time that he's allowed. And he'll probably try and put this into the stratosphere. Solozano and Smith doing battle. The two former A-League Championship winning teammates at the Raw have been at each other all night. And Lions just let the ball bounce and roll and wander out on this near sideline. City need to commit players forwards. And first they need to win the ball back. Eddie Thompson is not only drying the ball, but looks like he's polishing it and giving it a bit of a couple of running repairs as well. He earns a yellow card for his troubles. The throw goes towards Maltby, who flicks it on. Bowles put too much on that, and Luke Berean claims. Brandon Reeves bumped into Luke Berean, who, if he'd been inclined, I'm sure would have gone down, but chose to stay on his feet. Drops the ball at his own feet and then pumps it upfield towards Solozano. Solozano is being hung on to there by Matt Smith. No foul given. Sibatuara flicks it back inside, but Duckworth is there to win the ball back for Lions. Bowles hammers it back upfield again. Thompson heads it back inside. It's all being played up in the air at the moment. Sibatuara and Maltby clash, and Minette puts that ball up onto the roof. They'll need another one. Smith takes the throw quickly. Reeves. It's a City throw-in. Lions are going to make a substitution. Cooper Nichols, wearing the number 6 shirt, is going to come on. Finn Beakhurst, who scored the opening goal of this game in the 11th minute. Boy, doesn't that seem like a long time ago. Here's the player to make way. And Cooper Nichols, the 18-year-old, former Raw junior. Also a product of the Western Pride system. Good long throw from Kai Bolton. Halliday on the edge of the area. Arthur Antonis tries to go around the outside of Lavender. That's full time. Lions make the national rounds of the FFA Cup for the 3rd time in their history. A heartbreaker for Brisbane City, who probably deserved a whole lot more from that match. They fought so hard to get back into it. Yuta Hirayama equalising after Finn Beakhurst's early goal. And then they battled hard, Brisbane City, forcing a couple of very good saves from Luke Berean. But then Max Mikkola from the spot, a questionable penalty with the free kick arguably, or the foul arguably taking place outside of the area. The replay suggests that it was probably only half a metre, if not, if even that. Maybe the width of a boot. And nothing more than that. But Mikkola was awarded the penalty. He slotted the penalty home despite the best efforts of Đuro Dragicevic. And in the 90th minute, Lions have made their way through to the FFA Cup, the 17th team to qualify from this year's qualifying round competitions. 2 big games tomorrow and then another on Sunday from Queensland in the FFA Cup qualifying round 7. Peninsula Power against Olympic. That'll be one that you just cannot miss. The league leaders against the perennial grand final lists in the NPL Queensland, and indeed a team that have made the last 2 year rounds of 32 in the FFA Cup Olympic. Magpies Crusaders, they will take on Edge Hill United up in Mackay at Soligenkin Oval. That match kicks off at 7. Gold Coast Knights take on Sunshine Coast Wanderers on Sunday at 5 down in Carrara. But here at Corporate Travel Management Stadium, Brisbane City fought hard, fought valiantly, but ultimately fell just short in a controversial finish as Lions win the game with a 90th minute penalty that probably should have been a free kick, as the incident happened outside of the box. We'll wrap things up here as Lions go into their huddle. City players look pretty disappointed. The second time they've fallen just short in the final round of qualifying for the national phase of the competition. But a fantastic way to start a big weekend of cup action in the Sunshine State. I've been Simon Smell. This has been a double take production for Football Queensland. We hope you enjoy the rest of your sporting weekend, including the European Championships. Come on England tomorrow, and we'll see you in a live stream soon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good evening.